just wanted to show you the project that I'm working on my Cameo, and I've got the Cameo 3, I believe, and my husband created this file. It's just basically a bunch of numbers, and he's going to play a game for the Royal Rumble with his friends, and he's making little tokens which I'll show you when we're finished. So I'm just loading my mat at the moment, and he's printed this on to Ryman's 160 GSM, and when you convert that to pounds using my chart that I put on my other video, that's about 115 pounds. So that's important to remember when you get to the settings. So I've printed this out with the registration marks on it, and now I'm going to load it. And the most important thing when loading is to make sure that these rollers are catching the mat, and they tend to move over time, so I just lifted that up, moved it over a bit, and then I'm going to put it back down to make sure it grasps so that the mat doesn't wobble. And now on my machine I'm going to click load, and it's a little bit loud, so that's my machine set up. So if I just close that, and then we can look at my laptop, which I've put up here. So, oh no, that's going to be too shaky. Sorry about the shaking. So this cut file is literally a bunch of circles, and I'm going to send it to my silhouette, and you can see the cut marks there. And then my setting is going to be cover stock, because that does between 105 and 122 pounds, and I worked out mine as about 115. Oh, I didn't select it. And I know this works because I've already cut some out, so I'm going to hit send. But if you wanted to, you could just click test and try it out. So now it's just reading the registration marks. Then it's going to set the blade by itself. Now, oh no, it wasn't stuck. See, this happens to me all the time. So I'm just going to cancel that. And I'll come back when I'm ready to go again. Okay, so the reason why that moved is because my mat has started to lose its tack. So how I get around that until I can buy a new one is use this Crafter's Companion stick and spray. It's like temporary adhesive. Sorry if the camera shakes while I shake the can. And I just lightly go over the area that lost its tack. I normally do it with more care, but it's really hard to do with one hand. And then I just leave that to dry for a few seconds, and then I'll go ahead and stick my sheet on top of it. Okay, so I have reloaded the mat, and I've put the same one on because I only need a number 4 because I'm doing a reprint, but if you make a mistake you could reprint the whole sheet if you need to. So I've just used this spray, and off camera I just did it in a more methodical way, like up and down in a grid pattern, and I waited 30 seconds and then stuck this back on and loaded it. So because this is the same job, I'm just going to hit repeat job, and that means that I don't have to do all the settings on the machine again. But because I reloaded it, it still checks the registration marks. can see the little red light there doing that now. Just going to set the blade again. And that's going to start cutting. Okay, so this is what the machine looks like when you finished. So I just make sure there's nothing in the way of the mat unloading and hit continue. And then unload. And there it is. And then all you need to do is peel up. This is going to be quite sticky because I just retacked it, but usually it's a lot easier than this, and you'll be doing it with 2 hands. And you can see that they're all cut out, ready to go. See my mistake on the top. It doesn't matter because I only need number 4. But I thought I'd do them all just to show you how we did them. And then the best way to peel these off is at an angle. So I usually put my mat like this and then just peel them off one by one. Like that. And then they don't get bent. Ooh, that one flew away. Anyway, so I would go and do that for all of these, and then we bought these tokens from how do we get them from? Amazon. We got 50 black and 50 white, and then we roughed up the surface with some sandpaper, and that's just so that when we glue the numbers on, it sticks. And when it's all done, you have a token that looks like this. And then I think the boys are gonna put them into a bag and then draw random numbers, and these relate to the numbers that the wrestler, the position that the wrestlers come out during the rumble. And then I'm not quite sure how they work out who wins, but that's up to the boys. I'm just doing the crafting bit. So that's what they make. But you could make these for kids' parties, anything really, if you've got a Cameo. You could also use a paper punch, but we found it really difficult to find a paper punch circle that matched the inside of the tokens. So we bought the tokens first, then measured the inside, and then so this was a 25mm token, I think, and we did 22 circles, 22mm circles, and that was great for us. So that's how you put them together. Thanks for watching. "50 awesome points to everybody who got this far in the video. Don't forget to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell so you can find out when I release new videos. And there are a couple of videos here for your delectation if you so desire.